Hello everyone, hope you are well on a Thursday night. Almost into Friday, so for those of you who work, hang in there. Just as a reminder, tomorrow night, Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so depending on where you live, I will be on a live on Prepping by Faith. So Prepping by Faith is going to hold a live show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to be on there with her. Also on that program will be Sassy Gal Prepping and Apartment Prepper. Y'all might already be familiar with them, so if not, check them out. Prepping by Faith does a really good job of hosting these live shows. We're going to talk about why it's important to prepare in all aspects, and especially from a Christian viewpoint. So there is some confusion out there among Christians and non-Christians. So we hope to help clear that up. It should be a very interesting conversation. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to talk about Cashless Society and is it coming or not. But first, two quick things that struck me in the news a while ago. You may have seen this, but I saw where this huge mob, call it a flash mob, whatever you want to call it, but this is in Los Angeles. Now they ransacked and looted a 7-Eleven. This is in Los Angeles, following a street takeover. Now this is on, I guess, the corner or in the area of Figueroa Street and El Segundo Boulevard. All right, so I know we have listeners, viewers out there in the Los Angeles area, so you probably are more familiar with where this is located. But apparently, I saw this on Fox News, but they had a little video attached. If you go there, you can see it. But it's just huge number of young people just going through there and just looting. I mean, just grabbing stuff leisurely, not a care in the world, not afraid of being caught or anything like that, and just walking out or running. Not even running; they're just walking out. But that struck me. I think that's happening more than we realize, more than we hear about. And New York City, unprovoked attack. Now, there's a video also. I saw this on Fox News on the .com on their website, but there's a little video of it. But this man, this is in New York. I think it was in the Bronx, but this happened last night. A man goes up to this other man, and approaches him from behind. So sucker punches him from behind, and he goes all the way, he rears back. This guy, the victim, doesn't see it coming. It just comes around and hits him right in here. And the guy goes down like a sack of potatoes. Of course, he doesn't see it coming. But puts this guy in the hospital. He's got brain bleed. He's got broken jaws. He's got all kind of problems and a coma. So this guy gets arrested and he's released without bail. Already released. He's already back on the street. Unreal. I think this is something that's happening a lot. There's just no fear. This is just going to encourage more of this to happen. And that's what is happening all over the place. Well, especially in cities like this, that they have no fear of repercussion, of consequences. So I believe that when we're out there, and I know this is New York City, but no matter where you are, if you can go in pairs or more, just keep an eye on each other, especially in the evening, anytime really. We just have to watch each other's back. We really do. No matter where we go, just keep an eye on who's around us, no matter what they look like, but just keep an eye. And if your sixth sense, if your gut tells you this is not right, avoid it, get away from it. All right, because your gut usually will tell you. Okay, so let's watch out for each other. I've noticed that things in the news I've been watching here and there said that Target's profits were off over about 90% from a year ago. This is apparently, they're saying, because of they had to slash a lot of prices on a lot of excess inventory that they had. But that's interesting. Target, I hadn't shopped at Target in a while, but that's a huge decrease, a 90% decrease in profits from a year ago. I had to read that 2 or 3 times. I'm like, is that for real? That's a huge, huge difference. But and even Walmart, their profits are reporting down as well here lately. Now we've noticed less people in the store, as I mentioned this before, but we've noticed less people in the all retail, except for food stores, of course. But I believe retail's in trouble overall. I really do. I truly do. And I've noticed more, and I'm hearing more of you guys talk about this. I'm noticing more signs, like when you try to check out at the grocery store, where the either the self checkout or whatever says no cash. It says card only. You use this machine for just only for cards, like credit or debit cards. So you can't use it. You can't check out with cash. And I'm noticing that a lot more here lately at all kinds of stores. And I'm hearing a lot of you guys talk about it. A lot of comments are saying the same thing. Is this what you're seeing? Are you seeing a lot of this as well? Um, Interesting. And that leads me into I believe that the powers that be, they want this. They want an all digital economy. They want to get rid of cash. And I think they're going to try to do it gradually. At least that's been my thought, is that they'll try to do it gradually in steps. Now, that's concerning enough, but there's also this nagging thought that I've been having. I don't know why, but I keep having it, is that this may be something they may try to do with very short notice quickly, okay? Because they know if people have time to think about this, it's not going to go over well. It's not going to go over well regardless of how they do it. But something tells me they may try to spring this on us, that they've been preparing for this for quite a while, that they may try to spring this on us really fast and without much any notice, and it's going to take everybody by surprise. Okay, it's going to be a shock. Okay. I don't know. What do you think? Share your thoughts on this, but I'm really concerned about that. That scares me. It really does. It truly does scare me that it's hard for me to imagine. I know I'm old school in a lot of ways, but it's hard for me to imagine a world without cash, although that is their goal. They want this. But can you imagine, a cashless society? Now, I know you're going to say, dog, well, we do a lot of our transactions electronically right now anyway. We do. We pay a lot of our bills online. Most everybody paying for things at a store or online. We have to online, but even at a store, when you go in physically, you just put out a card. A lot of people just use a card, credit card, debit card. Unfortunately, a lot of people are just using credit cards. That's another issue, we talked about, but that greatly concerns me. But still, no cash. I know a lot of people operate just pretty much on cash only. A big segments of our society do. A lot of people are not really have the aptitude, or they don't have bank accounts. They don't want them. They don't trust them. I don't blame them. They just operate with cash. And I pay for a lot of things with cash, gasoline for sure. And this makes me want to pay with everything for cash right now. So it does greatly concern me. It really does. I have to believe if this happens, there would be, I don't think it would go over well. I think it would be very messy. I think you would see a great unrest about this. I believe that, I have to believe that there would develop an underground economy of sorts. So I think it's a good idea to start stocking up on bartering items, things like lighters, cigarettes, alcohol. Just think about bartering items, matches, just common things people want to get on a daily basis. So that's something to think about, something to prepare for. I really do. A lot of people are like, well, you're going to have plenty of time to adjust. I don't know. They might try to, like I said, they may try to spring this on us. I have to believe that the end is near. If there's a cashless society, think about the lack of control you will have. So they could control, if you're not a good citizen or you're not saying the right things, you're not behaving right. Oh, well, it takes the control out of your hands. It's all digital. You have to rely on that to get your money. A lot of ways that could go bad. Of course, they'll say it's not, but we know better, don't we? We know better. It makes me think of some dystopian nightmare movie. It really does. So another thing a lot of people will talk about is collecting tangible assets. I'm not an expert at this. I'm not giving advice, but a lot of people talk about gold, silver, of course, bartering items. But do what you can to pay your debt down as much as you can right now. Anything to reduce that, I think will help anyway, even if this never happens. So let me know your thoughts on that. If you're in banking and you have information on this, or you have thoughts or an opinion, please let us know in the comments or email me. Be curious to know that. So verse for today is Matthew. Probably heard this one before. But Matthew chapter 6, verse 34 says, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." That is dang right. Amen on that. Isn't that the truth, though? That is just truth. It really is. So let's not make going in prayer our last resort. Let's make it our first resource. Make it the first thing you do in the morning, or one of the first things you do. I try to do that. Worrying is one of my issues. Have you ever worried about something that you just worked yourself up over it, and then after, an event or something you had to go through, and then after that, after you got through it, it's like, well, why did I worry so much about that? It wasn't that bad, I'm bad about that. Take care of ourselves. Let's watch out for each other again. Let's take care of each other. Be aware, be safe. God bless you. I'll see you soon.